We all have responsibilities: school, work, gym, friends, family, the list goes on. Sometimes it just feels like the entire weight of the world is on you. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome aboard Life Launchpad, your go-to channel for practical advice and guidance to launch your dreams into reality. I'm your host, Andrew Savina, and today we are talking about stress and different pressures that you face on a daily basis. Let's get right into it. When we look at it from a grand scheme of things, where is the most pressure coming from you at all times? First one that most people think of are their parents. Your parents demand a lot of you. They take care of you, they raise you, they expect you to do something great in return and make sure you make them proud. This might be being a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, some sort of profession, becoming a professional athlete, doing something to make them proud. This pressure gets to be a lot at sometimes, trust me, I know. Next on the list is your friends. Think about it. Your friends are a big peer pressure. Everybody knows about peer pressure. They might want you to go out with them. They might want you to go do this with them. Sometimes they're pressuring you just to do something that makes you more normal, conform with them, and make it so that you're, this regular normal person, that you're not different than anybody else, or they expect something from you. The last one, that gets skipped a lot is yourself. When you think about it, you're the person you spend most time with. Your mind starts playing tricks on you. Your mind starts demanding more of you. It might be saying you're being lazy. You could be doing this. You start procrastinating. It could be asking a lot more from you. And next thing you know, this pressure builds up and you start to cave in on yourself. One of the main reasons you get all this pressure is because there's such high expectations of you. I remember in my childhood getting compared to family friends. I didn't have siblings to get compared to, but family friends, some that were doing better than, it's like, oh, but they're doing this and that, and they're doing that and this. So it's like, there's always gonna be somebody that you get compared to just to motivate you, and sometimes that motivation isn't clear and it can get you to overthink and get in your head. Another big thing that causes a lot of pressure is conforming. Realistically, in the world, we are expected to conform to society's norms. The values and different laws are set there, and you're just expected to follow them. There's social norms that if you break, you're looked at as an outsider, somebody that doesn't just follow the herd. And it's just like black sheep is like the image where you stand out from other people, and that's what sometimes is necessary to do. And then finally, it's because people have high goals and expectations of you. When I mentioned earlier, your parents might want you to be a doctor or a lawyer. That's big goals. Not everybody's going to turn out to be a doctor or a lawyer, but they have a bar set where they'd like you to go because they know in their minds that's what they think is best. I'll talk more about that in the next section. I understand it might be a lot to deal with. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, as I mentioned. You start getting on yourself, and then you become your own biggest stressor and biggest pressure, because you're thinking like, man, I got all these people expecting a lot out of me. I got to be doing this, that, everything. You're spread so thin that you start building up this pressure. But you have to take a step back. You have to understand your situation. You have to prioritize what you know is best, what you need to do, and just go from there. People are going to expect a lot from you, but if you spend your entire time pleasing other people, you're just not going to be doing what's best for you. You're going to be doing what's best for others. And a lot of the external pressure, as I mentioned, comes from your parents and friends and just society as a whole. And they're doing what they think is best for you. They might think that the best situation for you is to be a doctor or lawyer, but in your own mind, you might have different goals. You might want to be a cinematography major, or you want to produce music. There's so many different routes that are just not looked at the same. This is just from a professional standpoint that people look down on. They don't see it as valuable, and they expect more from you. But in the end, you know what's best for you. You know what you want to do, and you got to pursue that. Otherwise, you're always going to be under this pressure. You're always going to be controlled by somebody else like a puppet. People demand a lot from you, and that's the truth. People are always looking for more value and more purpose from you, and that's never going to stop. The only way it stops is when you finally realize that what you want becomes the priority before you start serving other people's needs. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe. We got content cooking up. I'm working on that last video I dropped. I did a lot of cool editing tricks. I kind of personally enjoyed it, so I'm going to keep working on doing more of that. As always, don't forget, the power to transform your life lies within you. Don't stop growing, don't stop learning, don't stop launching towards your dreams. I'm your host, Andrew Savina, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.